Hello everybody and welcome to the video. Today I have a slight cold, but I'm going to keep on trucking on. So, I've been asked, not many times, but I've been asked to do videos of my builds, all of these, and I kind of noticed that I did forget to finish them. So I think, yeah, so today I'm going to do Beastmaster, because it's been requested. It's a one button Beastmaster. Basically, I took it off of the forums. So if you're that curious, you can go and check out on the forums the 4.0, I think, one button Beastmaster spec in the warrior class guides. But in any case, I'm going to show you, visually what's going on with this spec. So, the soul tree. The souls that you're going to choose are obviously Beastmaster, but also Riftblade and Warlord. And in Warlord, you're going to put, well, in Beastmaster you're going to put 61. So you just click the arrow that shows up either here or there. I forget which side. And then in Warlord, you're going to choose 5 points into Soldier's Might, 5 points into Strength of Arms, 3 points into Tactical Advantage, and that's it. Yes, and then in Riftblade, you're going to choose 2 points into Elemental Flux. And basically, that's going to give you some blade, Storm Blade hits. So non-finisher ability hits have a 25% chance to deal blah-de-blah air damage. So we have a hell of a lot of buffs to keep up. This isn't on, and this, and this. So these are toggleable, that's why I put them on the side, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buffs to keep up. And keep in mind, I believe the non-toggleable ones, they stay when you die, but the toggleable ones you have to retoggle them on if you die during a fight. So keep that in mind. If you die and then you're rezzed, you have to put these back on again. As for masteries, you're going to choose Enduring Survival, which basically isn't going to do anything but basically heal you 25% of your endurance every 3 seconds. The Storm Shield, Stone Shield, the second point is kind of useless for Beastmaster. In level 62, you're going to choose Soul Regeneration, increases incoming healing by 3%. That's good because at the same time, your spec heals. So the Call of Kinship raid buff that you have here, it heals the party or raid members after every finisher for 36 seconds, which, gets refreshed all the time. So that's very good. So this basically is going to be affected by your Call of Kinship as well as any other healer in the raid. For level 63, well, this too as well is going to help a lot for you staying alive. In level 63, we're going to choose Energy Reserves. Damaging abilities have a 33% chance to restore 4 energy. Beastmaster does eat a lot of energy, so that's why I have Energy Reserves. I believe you can choose any others, especially when you have when your weapon is fully upgraded. Like right now, my weapon isn't fully upgraded, but when it does get fully upgraded, to the blue rarity, basically if you read the equip part of the weapon information, when your power drops below 20, your power regeneration is increased. Blah blah blah. Additionally, your healing and damage are increased by 25% for 10 seconds. So this is very very good for a Beastmaster because it's a very power hungry spec. So obviously, if you have your weapon upgraded fully, you wouldn't choose energy reserves necessarily because you want your energy to drop low. You might choose, runner's training. You might choose gladiator combat training, which is good for damage. And if you're in PvP, you might choose relentless instead. It's all depending on what you like, But as for now, since my weapon isn't fully upgraded, I would choose energy reserves because I don't want to run out too much out of energy. Level 64, I chose Precision Strikes. I believe the guide that I read said that Precision Strikes was best for damage, but also because of the second point in this information. So the first point says, attack point generating attacks place a stack of Precision Strikes on you, increasing your damage by 2% per stack. And you can have a max of 3 stacks. But also the second point is the one that's important for the spec because it increases the duration of damage over time effects, healing over time effects, and bleeds by 6 seconds. So, Beastmaster is a very bleed heavy spec. So obviously it's going to be very, very good to have precision strikes because it's going to make the bleeds last longer, the bleeds and the damage over time. Because I think we do have Searing Strike as well, if I remember. Oh no, it's an instant. It has no cooldown. But this as well, it deals bonus water damage for every because this is a finisher, so it deals bonus water damage. So oh yeah, by the way, for your legendaries, you're gonna choose Cunning Ruse. Obviously, it's your 61, and you're gonna choose Vicious Opportunity. Basically, it's going to add physical damage, and it's an overtime effect. So very good for that precision strike thing with the bleeds and damage over time, increased duration. And then you're also going to choose Fury Unleashed. Your primal companion attacks 100% faster for 30 seconds. So this is very good because in the past people would say like, oh, Beastmaster kind of sucks because the pet doesn't really attack much. And it's kind of true, but at the same time, now we have this legendary that helps with this. And for Warlord, you're going to choose Breaking Blow. I think we could choose this instead. I don't know why I chose this. Do I even use Breaking Blow? Hang on. Macros. It's Master, Builder. What's it called again? Breaking Blow. That's right. Breaking Blow. I don't think I use it. Oh, damn. I thought I did. Oh, shit. Anyways, I think you can choose either or because Sergeant's Order is going to stun and give you an increased damage. Causes the target to take 100%, 30% on players, more damage from the warrior's non-warlord abilities. So any other abilities from Beastmaster and from Riftblade is going to be 100% more powerful. So basically 200% effective. And then this Breaking Blow, this is very good for the, if you have your weapon upgraded fully, because this is going to eat a shit ton of power, or energy in this case. So it will consume up to 45 additional power energy to deal up to 3 times more damage. I'm pretty sure I have it, don't I? Damn. Oh no, it's in spam. Sorry. Yes, I do have it. It's here. Okay. I'm not crazy. I remember that that the spec eats a lot of power. Anyways, and then for level 65, you're going to choose power manipulation, pretty much as usual for a DPS spec. But obviously, this is a support. But it's good to deal DPS as opposed to just healing. Anyways, so basically the way that this spec plays for me, I know some people basically add this and this, so they basically add Enrage and Command to Attack into their spam button, but that is not very good for raiding. I mean, obviously, a one button spec isn't very good for raiding to begin with. I don't know if I would recommend using this spec for a raid, like a serious raid. Maybe for like an old raid, like fucking level 65 raid, maybe. But I don't know that I would recommend this for like a serious business at level 70, like fucking edge, um, you know, edgy fucking progress rating guild. I don't know that I would recommend that. I don't think so. Pretty damn fucking sure. But in any case, so I have a bunch of buttons that I left on their own. Like these are are like healing and resistances. Like this command to recover, it increases healing done by 5% on all party or raid members for 30 seconds. This is good for like a high damage period in the raid, in the fight. This also command to stand ground and increases current and maximum health by 5%, armor and resistances by 3% on all party or raid members for 30 seconds. So basically, these are damage cooldowns, and then this one, guardianship, is kind of like a, if there's a heavy damage part, you can try to like this isn't very good healing, but it's gonna help, especially for a high damage fight. You can try healing and helping, but obviously your Call of Kinship is gonna be doing a lot of healing as well. Not a lot. It's gonna help with a lot of the healing. Obviously you're not a raid healer though. In any case, so I put these up there, and then I have command to attack as, the more important part of your spec is the damage aspect. So you want you want your party members to deal more damage. That's basically the basis for support roles, is always going to be we want to deal more damage, not necessarily we want to be healed more. So I know that lately, like during Starfall Prophecy, Tact Bard has been a fucking raid favorite, and that's because it's more of a raid healer than a support role in the raid. But Beastmaster is I'm not going to say never, but in this case, like nowadays, Beastmaster is not a raid healer. So you want to bring a Beastmaster for the damage aspect. And that's because Command to Attack and Enrage are fucking amazing. Like I don't know what the difference is in percentages between a Beastmaster and an Archon, but I do remember that when I used to raid with my guild seriously, we like my guild leader would actually prefer bringing a beast, okay, here's the thing. He preferred Beastmasters for the damage aspects, but Beastmaster has always been a melee role, and most of the raids from Storm Legion on have been range heavy. So he preferred, my friend and guild leader preferred Beastmasters, but not for current raids. He said he preferred their damage increasing abilities more than Archons, but Archons were preferred for current raiding back in the day, and even now people do not really ask for Beastmasters. So he would ask for Archons, but he still preferred the damage increasing abilities of Beastmasters, because Enrage was better than the sort of equivalent of Archons. Like I said, I don't know the number specifically, but I do know that like my guild leader, who is also the warrior lead officer in my guild, he preferred Beastmasters for specifically melee fights, because well, this was also before Archons had for some time in the past, there was like an Archon Stormcaller spec that was very overpowered. So, but he still preferred Beastmasters. Anyways, all that to say, I have buttons that I set separately from the spam button, but I do have a spam, and that's why it's called quote unquote a one button spec. So I'm going to show you the macros that I have for my spam button. I have number, show, gaping wounds, cast messy wounds, cast command to attack, cast Fury Unleashed. That's the pet increasing ability, pet damage increasing. Cast Gaping Wounds, cast Cunning Ruse, not running. Cast Twin Cuts, cast Breaking Blow. This is the energy starving ability, which makes this spec very energy starving. Cast Primal Lucidity, cast Fierce Strike. Fierce Strike, by the way, I put it in a separate button on my mouse button because it's a purge. So if you have, during a fight, you need to purge something, back in the day, Fierce Strike was actually like a spammable purge. You could spam it and it would purge all the time. Nowadays, there's like, what is it? The text doesn't say this, but I know that at some point they what do you call it? They nerfed it. They nerfed it so that it was like it purges once every 20 seconds or something. In any case, so Fierce Strike, you just use it sparingly, but know that it does purge. Because of, let me try to find it. Where is it? Let's go through the abilities one by one, I guess. Increases movement speed. No. Base damage, no. Increases the no. 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 Spell power, bloody. Wait, is this it? No. Maximum health. Oh. Where the fuck is it? Increases current and bloody blah. Ah, there you go. Abolition. Abolition. Whatever. I don't know how to say this. But your Fierce Strike has a 100%. So as you put points into this, if you have 0 points into this, it's not going to purge. If you put 1 point into this, it has a 50% chance to remove a buff. But if you put 2 points, it has a 100% chance to remove. Oh, and this is where it says can only occur once every 10 seconds, not 20, like I said. So once every 10 seconds, you have the chance to purge something from a boss, from an enemy or something. So very good to spam this, I guess, if you're in PvP. But apart from that, I mean, it's good to keep reserves, keep your reservations with Sphere Strike because it's not going to purge every time nowadays. Anyways, where was I? Breaking Blow, Primal Lucidity, Fierce Strike. There you go. And then cast Flesh Rip, cast Vicious Opportunity, cast Icy Burst. This is your finisher. This is the only finisher that you use, I think. No, I'm not right. I'm not right. But Icy Burst is one of your finishers that you use in this spam button. Like I said, these abilities are all like just damage increasing stuff, like your finishers and your spam button, which is cool, I guess. And then cast at self, power manipulation, and then petattack. Basically, this petattack thing, text is going to make sure that if you change targets, it's going to attack the target that you change to, as opposed to like if you don't have petattack, it's going to attack this and continue attacking this if you attack this target. Like, so if you start attacking this target, your pet is going to keep attacking this target. Anyways, so let's see how it works. One thing to keep in mind, this spec is ranged, so because Fierce Strike is ranged, but most of your good DPS abilities from Beastmaster are going to be melee. So you want to attack in melee as much as possible. All right. So my rotation for this is going to be, you start with Spotter's Call. Spotter's Call, it has like an Archon equivalent, but I forget what it's called. And it causes the enemy to take an additional 3,000, well, bloody blah physical damage. This varies according to your weapon and your stats. But an additional bloody blah physical damage when hit. Each attacker may trigger this, once every 3 seconds. So let's spam and see what the abilities are. Right, so you've got this, reactive. This is for your pet to do more damage. It's Flesh Rip. Alright. Okay, and I've got these K alerts to help me track. Oh, well, it doesn't work because there's already a Spotter's Call here. Anyways, so then... Oh, this is part of my spam. Shit, you can take this out of your spam button, of your spam macro. But basically, if you want to have more to enrage, you just press Enrage, and then your damage and your raids is going to be way bigger. Way more damage. So as you can see, I'm running out of energy very, very fast, and that's because of the breaking blow. It's crazy how much damage it eats, but basically it's very good for if you have your weapon fully upgraded, because it's gonna like your weapon is gonna deal more damage because you're out of energy. Go figure. In any case, so that is that. And like I said, I would actually, if I were me, I would take out command to attack. I would take this out of my macro. And there we go. That's basically your beastmaster. But like I said, it's melee, but it also does attack at range. So as you can see, I'm still attacking and everything. No problem. But your pet, like this ability, for example, this reactive, it's only going to work if you're in melee. See? It disappeared and now it's like counting down and everything. So you can technically attack at ranged, but always make sure that you do come back. Whee! Fun stuff. Actually, you know what? It's actually kind of a good idea to have your command to attack in your macro, just because, you know, if me, I do forget all the time. I forget to press my buttons and everything. I do forget to keep track of like this cooldown. So you're battle weary. So basically, if somebody dies during a fight, this disappears. Like this debuff on yourself, the battle weary, which comes from command to attack, it disappears, and if they die, um, it basically having this in your spam macro, it basically ensures that it's going to be refreshed on them. Yeah, passive. I don't know why he's pointing at me, but whatever. So there we go, and that's Beastmaster for you. And I hope this was informative. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend using it. Fuck off. I wouldn't recommend using it in a serious business raid, but yeah, it's an interesting and it's a very useful, I guess, for like nightmare rifts or raid like fun raids that you do. It's fun to practice with a Beastmaster spec using this. So anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.